Bigfoot Society would like to thank the following sponsors for helping make the podcast possible. The Singular Fortean Society has combined open and honest paranormal investigation and journalism since 2016. Visit the Society at Singular Fortean for all the latest weird news and more. Come with us and investigate the impossible. Lauren Smith is the hostess for Nightcaller's Bigfoot Radio, which has been on air for over a decade and has completed over 300 shows. Lauren brings with her a unique viewpoint given that she is not only the daughter of one of the veteran female Bigfoot researchers in the South, but she has been conducting field research since she was a preteen some 20 years ago. Nightcallers is a Bigfoot world favorite and, along with interviewing researchers and witnesses, often features interviews with guests from the documentary, film, and entertainment industry. Lauren also does a vidcast segment called Night Callers, which features real encounters sent in by viewers. You can find all of this and more at nightcallersproductions.com. All right, thanks for coming to the 5-Minute Cryptozoology news for the week of 5/15/2021. We've got a lot of interesting things to talk about today, as always. I have a few people up on stage with me. I have right now Kenzie from the Crypto Chats podcast, and the Manic Pixie Dream Ghouls podcast. And also I have Ashley from the On Wednesdays We Talk Weird. I'm 99% sure that's the exact wording of the podcast name. Let me know, Ashley, if I got it. Thank you. Good. I have so many things going on in my mind right now, half of which I can't talk about, that I'm trying to keep it all straight. So let's get started. The first thing that I want to make sure, we're going to talk about upcoming events first here. So there's a great Facebook group out there called the Association of Cryptozoological Fieldwork and Analysis. That's headed up by Nate Brislin, who's associated with the International Cryptozoology Museum out of Portland, Maine. And I want to share, make sure you're aware of an event that they're going to be putting on this coming week. It's called the ACFA Live 3,000 member fundraiser, Tuesday, May 18th, 2021 at 6 p.m. Central. So this Tuesday, Nate and Kenzie, who's on stage with me right now, will be doing a live cryptid chat, Q&A, and fundraiser for the 2021 Trinity Giant Salamander Expedition, sponsored by the International Cryptozoology Museum in Thompsons Point in Portland, Maine. Viewers will be able to make donations, 100% of which will go to the ICM on behalf of the association. Those who stay to the end of the live show will be able to participate in a free ACFA prize giveaway. We hope to see you all there, and there'll be a link to that event in the show notes on BigfootSocietyPodcast.com. But honestly, you all should be joining that group because it is amazing. But Kenzie, can you tell us a little bit of how amazing this is going to be?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really fun. Me and Nate work together at the museum, and we spend our entire day, we work together on Thursdays and Fridays, and we spend the entire day together just, like, talking about cryptids. And I think it's basically just going to be, like, a look into what it's like working with us, because that's what we spend all our time doing. But I think it should be pretty fun. Like, we'll be able to take, like, questions from people who are watching and, you know, talk about whatever is on the table at that time. So I think it'll be a good time.
I am so excited. I've always wished that something, some type of content like that could come out of the museum, and it's just so exciting to see that we're starting to get content like that. And like, hats off to you guys. Like, it's going to be, that's exciting. So thanks so much for thinking of that and for starting to put that on.
I'm just going to go ahead and let you know that is entirely Nate's idea. He just asked me to do it with him on live. So credit where it's due, is all Nate.
Nate, hats off to you. You're cool guy. All right, let's keep going to another cool event that's coming up. Here's a free event that's coming up on Saturday, May 22nd, 2021 in the town of Townsend, Tennessee, Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Fest. Okay, so you're thinking Bigfoot Festival or Bigfoot Convention, whatever. You know, there's tons of those, right? Well, you need to be aware of what's going to be at this one. It's a pretty big deal. So you're going to have Cliff Barackman there. You're going to have Kenny Irish, author there. You're going to have Mike Dupler there, another author. You can see Patty, who's from the Big Fur documentary. A really big deal is, I don't know if you have seen the individual Sasquatch this individual, I don't know much about this individual. I've tried to interview him or interview the individual. He turned it down, whatever. Maybe someday. But Sasquatch is an amazing saxophone player that's in a Sasquatch costume. So individual is going to be doing a concert during the Bigfoot Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Fest. That is huge because doesn't do a lot of them. There's a square dancing with Bigfoot competition. There's something called Axe Squatch. There's a chainsaw carving competition. There's a Bigfoot calling with Cliff. There's a wedding, and there's a Bigfoot 5K. This is probably one of, I mean, this sounds really fun to me. So if you're in the Tennessee or surrounding area on the 22nd, definitely make sure that you swing by the Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Fest, 12 noon to 6 p.m., Saturday, May 22nd. Gonna be a good time. I'm gonna guess that they will have vendors there too. Maybe we'll even start to hear about people we know that are there vending. We'll see. But check it out. You can go to thebigfest.com, or on Instagram you can do @thebigfootfest.
I have a request relating.
Please, yeah.
In this room ends up going to that. So the 23rd is actually my birthday. I love Sasquatch so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my favorite things that has come out of the internet. So if anyone in this room goes to that, please take like a little video of Sasquatch for me and send it to me for my birthday because I love that.
That's amazing. And I want not just one, I want like everyone who's there that hears this. I want Kenzie to get just 10 videos or like 20, like all the videos. That would be amazing. So definitely make that happen. Good stuff. A little article here. We've got a new Bigfoot festival that is starting in Northwest Pennsylvania, the Forest County Bigfoot Festival. Let me bring that up. So this is going to be in June 11th to 13th, Northwestern Pennsylvania. We're going to have, let's see who we're going to have. Mary Fabian will be there. Mike Familian, you might know him from In the Shadow of the Big Red Eye. Jason Truss, co-editor for Cryptovania TV. Fred Saluga, director of the Center of Unexplained Events. Ryan Cavallin, he's done films such as Mountain Devil. And Ed Kaleman, involved with Pennsylvania investigators for Paranormal Phenomenon. Kenzie, I'm going to make you a moderator if that's cool. I just realized that I did not do that. David Wargo, who has appeared on the Finding Bigfoot series and has had an encounter in the Allegheny National Forest in Pennsylvania. Going to be a good time. Yeah, so there'll be the link so you can check that out. There's also some other things they'll be doing, but I'll let you read those for yourself. I wanted to highlight a few awesome things that have happened in the community over the last week. The first cool thing, and there may be other things, but the first cool thing is for the American Snallygaster Museum. We raised the full amount for Sarah's museum through GoFundMe. Which is a nice job, cryptid community. Now she has a way to hang her art up. She wants to come up and speak. So Sarah, tell us about that.
Hey, I'm at work, so I can only talk for a minute, but I wanted to say thank you so much. I was really overwhelmed with how generous everybody was and that it got fulfilled so quickly. So I'm like so excited, and I'm trying to find a way to put like everyone who donated like a little thing on the grid wall to say thank you. I'm actually working on ordering it right now, so I should have it at my next event. But I just seriously, like, I almost cried. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Like, I was so excited that got raised extremely quickly too. So we're all behind just Sarah, definitely. And I see you're starting to really get out to those cryptid art gatherings and get people together. And I love how you're starting to get that community together. Very, very cool stuff. I'm going to take a few minutes to kind of reset the room. At this time, if you know people that are not in this room and they want to hear about the cryptozoology news, tap the plus symbol in the lower right-hand corner and ping in those people, because I just remembered I didn't ping anyone in. So if someone could ping in people for me, that would be fantastic. And if they get multiple pings, that's cool too. The other thing that I want to point out is we have Our friend Tate Hieronymus is doing a GoFundMe to raise money for Uncovering the Truth of Sasquatch, his documentary that's being filmed this summer. He's trying to raise this amount before June 21st. He did a really good room on this last night, but he's up to $300 out of $2,000 raised. If you want to help out with Tate, as he's driving all over the country, guys. He's driving to the Southwest, to the Northwest, and he's going to be interviewing people like Cliff Barrickman, Connor Anderson, Daniel Perez. And there's some that he's trying to get still. He hasn't gotten yet, but he's really doing some cool stuff. I think I'm going to be in it as well. That's from what I know so far. We'll see. But he's starting to get some headway. $300 out of $2,000 raised. So even if you can throw $5 his way, definitely go ahead and check that. He did say last night that he's going to make it available in certain ways for supporters to see footage that is not used in the actual documentary. So that is definitely a cool thing. You'll want to make sure that you throw just a little, at least a little bit his way to help him out with that documentary. Gas alone is expensive, but you can go to the @Bluff Creek Project Podcast Instagram page for the link for that. I've also made a bit.ly link. If you go to bit.ly/Tate Bigfoot, that'll bring you directly to the GoFundMe page. Got a few more people in the room I want to shout out. We got my buddy Jeff from Strangeology, Bill, Keith, and we got Mike. Good stuff, guys. Good to see you all today. Let's get into a few articles I found. So, first article is, what was that? Mysterious creature pops out of the water at Wells Fargo Championship. So let me read a bit about this. So pretty much there's this golfing thing, and there's a video that shows golfer Keith Mitchell's putt at hole 17. I'm reading this because I'm not a sports guy, of course. But pretty much on camera, you can see a creature's fin quickly pop out of the water. So this is kind of a tongue-in-cheek article, but some people are like, well, do we have an unknown thing going on here? But according to the most people, they're thinking, it's probably a catfish with a fin, and by the looks of the video, a large one. So you'll want to definitely check the video that I'm going to put it up at BigfootSocietyPodcast.com. But anyone have any thoughts about this, or were they able to see the video, and what did they think?
Yeah, I saw it. I think that it looked very much like, the shape of it. I think it definitely looked like a head of some sort, just because of like the trajectory of how it kind of came out of the water. I think that area is known for having seals. I think it could definitely be very seal-like. I'd say it could also be a turtle or a tortoise of some sort. However, I think it was way too large for that. I don't know. I want to take it and slow it down and kind of go through it frame by frame and see if I can find anything, any details of note. But unfortunately, with stuff like this, you usually don't. You just kind of get the just the plain color with the shape. But we'll see. Who knows?
Actually, I love that. I hope that if you do happen to do that, definitely let us know what you find out. If you post that video slowed down or anything, just let me know. And that would be really cool to see that if you happen to do it.
Yeah, sure. It's I just need to sit down and do it. So.
Oh yeah, totally. All right. Give people a second or two to see if there's anything else regarding that story. I do have a second one here. So here we go. This is from castanet.net, Kelowna's homepage in British Columbia. So is a freaky Ogopogo sighting. Summerland woman describes, imagine air quotes, a freaky sighting of what she believes is Ogopogo. So let's read a little bit about this. So said individual was on a hike in the hills above Crescent Beach in Summerland Monday morning when something caught her eye on the calm, deserted lake. I was overlooking the lake and I saw something thrashing or something in the water, and I thought, what the heck? Individual told Castanet. It was huge, and it was dark and it was moving pretty fast, and it had a wake behind it. Uh, then the article goes in to tell a little bit about what the cryptid is. Individual then says, whether I saw it, it was definitely aquatic, of course, because it's in the water. That's my editor's note there. But it says, whether it's a sturgeon or not, it was huge. It was really big. It moves so fast. I know it wasn't a moose or anything. It submerged itself, then reemerged, pulling a wake behind it, and then it submerged again and disappeared. She says she's about 300 feet above the lake when she saw the animal. And then there is a photo with this article. I don't know if we have any thoughts about this. I've got a few thoughts of my own, but if anyone has any thoughts about this story, you're welcome to contribute.
My only thought really is that sturgeons are disturbingly large. And I do not like that she said that it was definitely not a moose, because I don't like to think about moose being in water because they are scary. That's all I have.
Okay, so here's the thing. So I interviewed, I forget his name, individual for the Patreon about a month ago about Ogopogo, chief from that area. And he explained to me a lot of really cool background information about this cryptid and about the area. And so what I didn't realize is that, so Kenji was talking about sturgeons. And when we think of fish, or when I'm thinking of fish, I'm thinking of, oh, a brook trout or a little bluegill. No, the thing you need to think about is that these sturgeon in these lakes, they get to be 20 to 30 feet long. And so he's saying that, yes, it could totally be a sturgeon fish because this thing is massive and it's leaving a wake behind it. Also, I've been hiking around the Katahdin, Maine area, and I've seen moose swim across the lake and then come out of the lake. And, I remember there was a little wake behind it and it had lily pads around its antlers. So, yeah, I mean, Kenzie, yeah, you've got moose swimming in the lakes too. So, kind of an interesting thing there. But it kind of ties into what we'll be talking about next Wednesday night, 9:30 p.m. Central, in the next Bigfoot Society room. So we'll be talking about maybe historical sightings where there's been a cryptid supposedly seen, but it turned out to be another type of animal. So that's going to be a fun discussion. Definitely mark that on your calendars. If anyone else has anything to say about the Ogopogo sighting, feel free. If not, we will continue. All right. So, a few things I want to point out from the news outlet Mysterious Universe. There is an interesting article that came out this week about the community of Portlock. Of course, we have that famous Bigfoot attack, etc., with the cannery and all that. I do want to also, there's a lot of good info in this article, but I also want to point out, if you haven't read Abandoned yet by Larry Beans Baxter, you definitely need to, because it is a fantastic resource. Probably one, if not the only resource about this incident to do with Bigfoot in Alaska. Very cool stuff. Also, the other article that Mysterious Universe put out is, here we go, May 10th, New York woman claims footprints are from Bigfoot carrying her garbage cans. All right, well, here we go. So supposedly, and I'm going to go directly to the source here, bronx.news12.com, Ulster County woman. Bigfoot carried garbage cans across lawn, damaged shed, banged on house. So here we go. Jane Vesby says large footprints started appearing in her yard on Vineyard Avenue in January. Is still happening. I saw the eyes. It stood about 10 to 11 feet tall. My heart was racing. The eyes were really red. I looked out my window. I saw it. It was scary. Standing on my lawn, I knew it was there. She's heard bangs on her house. There's been a shed damaged. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. I need more info. There's a picture in the article about a big footprint. There is not... I don't think there's anything that next to it, I like to see a ruler that shows how big it was. Also, it's in the Poughkeepsie area of New York. I looked this up on a map. Not to say that there couldn't be, Bigfoot stuff that happened. If this was up in the Adirondacks, it's definitely more crazy up there. But I don't know. Did anyone in the panel happen to see this news article from the week, or any thoughts about this?
I didn't actually see it, but just from like that information, it sounds to me like this Bigfoot was trying to be neighborly and put her trash cans back for her, and like maybe missed the mark a little bit, and like dinged up the shed a little. But like overall, just like trying to be like a good pal. That's my take on it. I'll read the actual article
At,
after.
at the end of the day, 10 points for Bigfoot for being a nice guy, or nice individual, and the story's still out. We'll see what comes of this story in the future. Good stuff. Mike, oh my bud, yeah, come on up, Mike. What do you have to think about this? Gonna try to get Mike up here. Oh, let me try again one more time. Let's see if all right, Mike, I am trying to get you up on stage. Let's try one more time. And if not, I do apologize. We might be having some clubhouse issues here. Yeah, sorry, friend. I'm not able to. I'm trying to bring you up on stage, but not able to. Maybe we'll try again in a few minutes. Just to remind people, in a few minutes, I will be opening up for additional articles to be shared about cryptozoology for the week. Please keep it specifically to cryptozoology, as, hey, that's what we're all about here. I do want to also do a little shout out for myself here. So I got new stickers in the Etsy store. Help support the Bigfoot Society podcast and helps me get to go to cryptid festivals in the future. Big thanks to my friend Jonathan Dodds for creating the design of the most recent stickers. You can find Jonathan at Jonathan Dodds, at Jonathan Dodd _draws, and he's got a link in his profile there. You can pick up some pretty sweet T-shirts, prints, all that good stuff. I see he's actually in the audience today. So good to see you, friend. At this point, these are the stories of cryptozoology stories I had to share for the week of May 15th. Does anyone else have anything that they noticed going on regarding cryptozoology? I got my friend Jeff raising his hand from Strangeology. Come on up, Jeff.
Here we go. Hi, guys. So I just had something real quick to add to the story of the Bigfoot carrying off a trash can.
Oh, please.
Kind of in the New York City area, and it just reminded me that the other day I've been watching Finding Bigfoot, just kind of binge watching it from from the very start of the series, and I just got to I think it was the beginning of season 2 where there was this video of a supposed baby Bigfoot swinging from a tree. I don't know if any of you have seen that episode. I'm sure some of you have, at least. And that was in where was it? Lembo Lake Park, which isn't too far out of the urban areas of like metropolitan New York City. So might not be too terribly unheard of for Bigfoot type creature to be in that area. There's certainly wide areas of wilderness, even outside of the Adirondacks, that aren't much further than a stone's throw away. But that's just about all I wanted to really add to that segment. I don't really have any other news stories at the moment, so that's my piece.
Hey, sounds good, Jeff. Thanks for sharing that insight. I know you are from the northern Vermont area, correct? So you're kind of a little close to that area. That's cool. Closer than me, anyways, because I'm in Iowa. So, but yeah, definitely. If people have not checked out my buddy Jeff's stuff, just look up Strangeology across all the different platforms, and yeah, he's got some good stuff even more than cryptozoology. If you're into the weird stuff as well, he's got all sorts of things to share. Good podcast. But well, I'm going to do one more chance. If anyone has any more thoughts or
I got something. I'm excited. Yeah.
Go ahead, Ashley. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the recent report that came out of the recent Mothman sightings at the Chicago O'Hare Airport. So on the 15th of April, a lady reported, and she works for the Department of Aviation there at the airport. She reported that she was leaving work and she encountered, what she believes to be the Mothman. And that was, again, I think it was April 15th or April 19th, I'm not sure. But a couple of days later, on the 21st, a bus shuttle driver also reported a similar sighting to hers. Um, I know with hers, I haven't, I haven't really studied the bus shuttle driver one yet, but I know with hers, the following days, which is pretty, strange and typical for these kinds of sightings, she was very ill. She couldn't really think about it much without becoming, sick to her stomach. Definitely something, she still thinks about and still sticks with her. But, as these sightings around the airport, kind of start coming out more and more, it seems that witnesses, I would like to believe, witnesses, are feeling a bit more comfortable coming out with their sightings, and they just kind of seem to be ramping up and regularity. So I found that interesting, and that's from the Singular Fortean Society, of course. Tobias and Lee over there, they have a really good catalog of these sightings, so definitely check that out.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I mean, Tobias and Emily, like, yeah, if you're not going to that website, make that part of the ones you normally check because they got some good stuff over there, some great content, and also a supporter of the podcast as well. So I'm gonna try my buddy Mike one more time. Let's cross our fingers. I know he's having some connection issues, so we're having some. Let's see.
While we wait for Mike, I don't know
Yes.
if any of you guys saw this. It's only kind of related, but they just discovered a new species of snake using a super old painting to differentiate it from other species of snakes.
Whoa. Whoa, that is intense. What kind of snake are we talking about here?
I don't know. I don't remember the name of it. I'll send the
You're
article.
good. You're good.
You're asking me to remember a lot of details. I'll send the article to the Discord so that you can read it. I don't remember what it was called, but
Sweet, sweet. Yeah, that is really cool. Yeah, any articles that are brought up, if definitely post them to the Discord, and then I can put them with the rest of the links so everyone can kind of be in the know about that.
I
Mike,
also just want to make a suggestion. If Mike can't get up on the stage, you could try staying in the Discord while you're trying to
that's a really good
listen
point.
to us, and then Jeremiah can read it.
Yep, Mike. If there's something you want to share, definitely feel free to put it in the Discord. Also, if you're in the room and you want to get a little bit more involved with the Bigfoot Society Clubhouse stuff, you've already followed the Clubhouse or the club, and then you want to know a bit behind the scenes, definitely send any of us a DM, and we can get you an invite to our Clubhouse back channel on Discord. And there's a lot of really good conversation that goes on there, a lot of good evidence sharing. It's kind of like the next step for getting into the community that we have going on here. I've got so this is happening right now. We've got Mike. Mike is typing right now in the Discord. I'm gonna wait. Let's see. He's parked.
Suspense is killing
The
me.
suspense is killing me, for real. Oof. Ah, man. Here we go. I'm gonna think real quick. Is there anything else I can talk? You have more. Ooh, Mike has more info. Ooh,
This is tough.
this is really tense, and it's tough. Oof. Um, while we're waiting, are there any other conferences coming up really soon? Can anyone think of while we're waiting to see what Mike writes? Not I'm trying
It's
not to
super
put any
soon, but
pressure.
the Moth Boys just announced Cryptid Bash
Oh my goodness, yes.
yesterday, and that's going to be so much fun. If you guys haven't seen anything about that, I would highly suggest going on the Moth Boys Instagram and checking it out, because I think just about everyone on the stage now is going to be there.
Well, just about.
I'll
Not
be
But
there.
not
Jeremiah
this guy. I'm so bummed too because it's like it's a 13 to 14 hour trip for me. Man, it's the worst. But I mean, I guess
Well,
never say never, but
you can just like move out in like my shed if you want, so that way you can like be here for all the events.
um, that's really funny. Okay, here we go. So, Steve Coles did the original investigation. Okay, interesting, interesting. Maybe we'll see if Mike can give. Oh, also the Triangle Bigfoot Conference this weekend. That's pretty big too. Let me look that up real quick. I know Shane Corson is going to be there. I'm looking this up here.
Mike, why don't you
Oh,
try to leave the room and come back and see if maybe that
that's a
works
really
on
good
your
idea,
side?
Ashley. While Mike is trying that, we got the Sasquatch Triangle Conference happening in Coshocton, Ohio, May 16th. That is tomorrow, and that's going to have Shane Corson from the Olympic Project there, George Workman, who I interviewed in the early days of Bigfoot Society, Kane Michael, and Don Keating, who is a very big name in Bigfoot research. All right, let's try again. Oh, Aaron, thanks for coming up on stage. What you got, man?
Hey, Jeremiah, thanks. The Folk Monster Festival is coming up on June 19th.
Oh
So
my
that's in
goodness.
Boggy Creek, which is very exciting. Lyle Blackburn's going to be there, David Weatherly, a bunch of the actors from the original Boggy Creek movie. So that's exciting. Some of you have probably heard me mention this. I've been talking about it a lot.
That is awesome. Thank you, dude. To kind of go back a little bit to the Moth Boys Cryptid Bash, that's going to happen Saturday, August 7th, Morgantown Art Party in Morgantown, West Virginia from 11 to 6 p.m. There's vendors like crazy. We got everyone from American Snallygaster Museum. We got Appalachian Huntsman, Ballyraven, Conjure Dust, Easton Hawk, Erie Eric, Bob Rossa Bigfoot, Flatwoods Monster Museum. We got Jonathan Dodd, Liz Pavlik, Manic Pixie Dream Ghouls, Moth Boys, Small Town Monsters is going to be showing videos. We got Strangeology, who just was chatting from Vermont, Timothy Renner from Strange Familiars, West Virginia Bigfoot Museum. I mean, it's intense. This is the next generation of cryptid festivals, so you don't want to miss this one. We're gonna try Mike one more time. Oh, okay. Let's try one more time, Mike. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can invite him up. Oh my goodness, it worked.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
My Bluetooth was tied into the Jeep, so it didn't want to let me go.
Oh, yeah.
So the baby footage was taken just south of Ulster County. And that footage, Steve got the original VCR footage before I went out to Finding Bigfoot. And I'll actually be with him in another 3 hours. But that footage is really interesting. The Ulster County area, there's been a couple of sightings down in there. I know Joe Biello has been up walking around and sneaking around Red Hook, which is in Ulster County. Ulster County also, depending on where you're at, is right on the edge of the Catskill Mountains and just south of the Adirondack. So it's kind of, 25 minutes south of Albany, so maybe about an hour and a half south of Lake George.
That's awesome. That's some really, really great background information. Thank you, Mike. I'm glad you were able to get up here. The connections in this room are crazy.
If you can get access, I can reach out to Joe and see if he's got more of the BFRO info from that area.
Oh, cool. Yeah, awesome, dude. All right, we're gonna do our last before we end the room. If anyone else has anything else to share about news articles or stories that happen to do anything regarding cryptozoology from this last week, feel free to raise your hand at this time. Again, shouting out everyone. Pretty much if you're in this room and you're new, look around the people that are in this room. Everyone that's in here has something really cool to offer regarding cryptozoology. So definitely you'll want to follow those people. Check out their social media accounts that are tied to their profile in Clubhouse and just, start to get plugged into the community. But at this time, we've had a really good discussion today about the news in cryptozoology for the week of May 15th, 2021. Thanks again for hanging out all. And I'm going to go ahead and close the room out.
Bye, everyone.
All right. Have a great weekend, all.